And so same thing with sales is develop your skills, role play, practice, drill, buy training courses, buy books, go to YouTube, listen to like surround yourself with as much data and information as you can, then actually use it. And you'll find really quickly that more often than not, knowing what to do and knowing what to do next are two completely different things. And if you can get yourself from knowing what to do to knowing what to do next, despite any of the circumstances that pop up in the sales process, well then, like, that's where you get a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and I totally agree with the practice thing too. When I first started with this podcast, I dreaded with the Riverside and the video thing. I didn't like watching myself, but it's just over time, just ignored it, practiced, and just run with it. And the more practice I get, the more confidence I am behind camera. So it does take a little bit of time. Awesome.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. And in terms of successes, we often face really big challenges. Can you share one of the challenges that you've had to, like, especially with sales, there's also a lot of challenges, but have you had any significant challenges that you've had to overcome? And how did you deal with it?
Yeah. So, I mean, just in sales, sales is just one big, long string of challenges. You have dry spells. You have times where it doesn't matter how hard you work. Nobody's buying your product for a week or a month or even a quarter or even a year. I've been sued. I've lost all my friends. I've lost money. I've gone through a divorce. I've had a lot of personal things happen. Like, how do you sell during that? It's all about understanding that being present has nothing to do with even what's presently going on. That's a fact. It has nothing to do with the past, and it has very little to do with the near future. I learned this lesson back when I was knocking doors in Dallas, Texas. It was like 110 degrees outside. That's Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius around the world or whatever, but really hot. And I was in a fight with my girlfriend at the time where it was like one of those epic fights where, like, you don't really want to talk to anybody or do anything. You just want to sit there and be mad. And I had rent that I needed to pay. And so I had to force myself out of the car to go knock doors and sweat and be hot. And it was at that moment when I opened the door that me talking to the next homeowner that I wanted to sell something to literally had nothing to do with the way that I felt. And it sure as hell had nothing to do with my girlfriend at the time either. And so if I could separate that what I was feeling and what I wanted to do, if I could separate that and turn it into, we'll deal with this later, now I have a job to do and I can act, well, then that helped me get through a lot of challenges, because we all have challenges. We have ups and downs. We have personal lives. We have relationships. We have kids. I just got one of those last year.
Congrats.
I mean, how do you sell stuff when you're thinking about your baby or whatever? And thank you, by the way.
Sleep as well when your brain's not working properly.
Right. Like, what do you do? Like, well, you put all that stuff on hold. You get your shit together and you go sell.
You just do it.
You just do it.
Yep. Okay, so let me get. There's a confidence question. No, we've done that. Rejection. Okay, well,
good
talking about rejection. Oh, thank you. I've got them written down. So sales often comes with rejection, and we mentioned about resilience as well. How do you guide sales professionals in bouncing back and staying motivated? Like you mentioned all the challenges you had, but for me, when I had rejections, I always it was quantities, but that one positive one always helped me bounce back. Have you got any tips to guide other sales professionals in bouncing back?
Yeah, it's it goes a little bit back to what I was mentioning on, you're always going to get paid for the work that you put in, always. So you're always going to get rejected. Just like count those rejections as part of what it is that you're getting to. I get excited. The more rejection I experience for the longer the period of the time, the more excited I get about doing my job, no matter how many more times I'm going to get rejected, because I know that the system is going to pay me out. I know that I'm going to find somebody out there that's like, yeah, dude, what are you selling? Yeah, here's my credit card number. Good job. Get out of here. I know I'll go find them. So that's one side of it. The other side of it is, Look, rejection has literally nothing to do with anything. It's literally a part of the process, and it's something that you can embrace. And if you can get excited about the rejections, well, then your job will be more fun. You'll have more confidence. And I think that people need to do a better job of removing themselves from the outcome.